Hi, I'm Jenny Jewell, a retired emergency dispatcher. Welcome to Call Autopsy, where we listen to 911 calls and then I go back through and dissect those and go through them piece by piece. This call is from South Carolina, Charleston County 911. It's about the F-35B Lightning II crash in July of this year, of 2023. The footage in the background is not the B. It's an F-35A Lightning II. It's air show footage. It's best footage that I could find here. So really appreciate that. So I get to enjoy that in the background while we listen to probably one of the most frustrating calls I've ever listened to in my life. And I've listened to some frustrating calls. So I'm going to have the microphone muted while we listen to it for the first time because first time I tried to record this, I actually could not stop saying things. All right, but I want to give you a chance to actually listen to it through, and then as a professional, we'll go through it bit by bit.
Lead off final.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
It's 6938 South Conway Drive.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
It says that. Yeah. You just want me to tell you got ejected? I'm okay. My back hurts a little bit, but I guess we got a pilot at our house, and he says he got ejected. So he ejected from the plane. So we just see if we could get some ambulance, please.
I'm sorry, what happened?
We got a pilot in the house, and I guess he landed in my backyard, and we're trying to see if we could get a ambulance to the house, please. And the address is 6938 South Kenwood Drive. We know my face. Okay.
Okay, so like, how, okay,
What's that?
what is the phone number that you're calling from? Okay, we're getting help on the way. Give me just a moment.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, are you with the patient now?
Yes.
Okay, how old is the patient?
Excuse me?
How old is the patient?
47. So we had a military jet crash. I'm the pilot. We need to get rescue rolling. I'm not sure where the airplane is. It would have crash landed somewhere. I ejected.
Okay, I understand, sir. Okay, just to confirm, how many people are hurt?
Well, I'm the only one. I'm not sure about my wingman.
Okay. Okay. All right. We already have help on the way. Give me just a moment, sir.
Where am I bleeding from? Yeah, water would be good.
All right. Okay. How far did he fall?
I was at 2,000 feet.
Okay. Okay, and what caused the fall?
An aircraft failure.
Okay. Okay, is there any serious bleeding?
I don't know. I can't see myself.
No, you look fine. He's just a couple scratches.
What did the other person say?
I feel okay. My back just hurts.
Okay.
Has there been a report of an airplane crash?
I have not seen any come up yet. Okay, what part of the body was injured?
Ma'am, I'm a pilot in a military aircraft, and I ejected. So I just rode a parachute down to the ground. Can you please send an ambulance?
Yes, sir. I've already told you they're on their way. I'm just required to ask these questions while they're en route. Okay, we're sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line, and I'll tell you exactly what to do next. Do not move unless you're in danger, and do not splint any injuries. Help is on the way. From now on, don't have anything to eat or drink. It might make you sick or cause further problems. And don't move unless it's absolutely necessary. Just be still and wait for help to arrive. And Before the responders arrive, please put away any pets, and if anything changes or if you get worse in any way, just call us back immediately for further instructions.
Okay.
I gotta take a nice deep breath. So I can empathize. I understand the feelings and thoughts that go through a call receiver's head when things unexpected happen. However, no matter how weird the things that they're telling you come out as, you put it in the notes, no matter how unusual. So this call, which is why I'm frustrated. I do hope that that call receiver did get more training. It's not an easy job. It's not for everybody. But let's go ahead and start dissecting this here, and that way I can get to where I'm going with my thoughts here.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
It's 6938 South Kenwood Drive.
Okay, so right now we have an address. We have the first thing that we can build a call with. So there's enough to build a call here. If you don't know what the call is, you can send it out as unknown and fill in the information as you get it. This is 8 seconds in. So I am actually going to timestamp these because I can tell you logically where certain things would have normally have happened in a call.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so address, which is the where, right? Now the what. So it is the right questions. I don't hear the call being built, which makes me feel unsettled. And then the rest of it, you'll understand a bit more about why I feel even more unsettled.
It says that, yeah. You just want me to tell you got ejected?
Okay, so now we have we have two voices. We have the caller and we have the patient in the background. The patient is speaking, so we know that they're breathing. Keep that in mind.
I'm okay. My back hurts a little bit, but
I guess we.
Okay, and he just said his back hurts a little bit, right? So he's injured. Right now, we have a where, what, and who. We have enough to send assistance right now, and we are at 23 seconds in. Does it happen? This is a very long call, so I'll let you listen.
Got a pilot at our house, and he says he got ejected. So he ejected from the plane, so yeah. We just see.
All right, so now we're getting additional details. So at this point, at 28 seconds into the call, and again, I know you, if you've listened to the other calls that I've done breakdowns of, beautiful calls. Definitely hitting the dispatcher or dispatching out if they're self-dispatched within that 30 to 45 second period. So right now, 28 seconds, we have a complete call. We can find, send that out to the dispatcher and let them find the closest responding, whatever their available units are, which again, I don't know how they run things down there. However, let's go ahead and hit play.
If we could get some ambulance, please.
I'm sorry, what happened?
We got a pilot in the house, and I guess he landed in my backyard.
Okay, this is the second explanation, second time. So this tells me she was not actively listening at all. Active listening is actually paying attention to all of the sounds. Now, I'm going to tell you also, at some point we're going to hear a call with gunshots, and they don't sound in the background like you think they do. So when you're calling an emergency, person is talking to you, and they need to know what that sound is. So if they ask you the sound, that would be part of it, because again, things come through in a totally different way over a headset. And yes, I gotta breathe and calm, find my inner peace. Go into my Zen place before we hit play again.
And we're trying to see if we could get a ambulance to the house, please.
And this is the second request for aid. Second request for aid at 46 seconds in.
And the address is 6938 South Kenwood Drive.
Second address stating. So he feels he was never listened to. He feels completely not paid attention to during this emergency that he's trying to help this fellow who landed in his yard.
Okay.
Okay. So, like, how... Okay.
What's that?
What is the phone number that you're calling from?
Okay, so... okay, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Okay. There's no voice of authority here. At all. They're completely thrown off their game. I've been thrown off my game before, but don't say okay and do filler words. Just take a moment, listen to what's going on, collect it, and put in there what is being told to you. It's really, it's a very straightforward job.
Okay, we're getting help on the way. Give me just a moment.
Yeah, no.
I think, and give me just a moment. So right now they're reaching out to either a supervisor or their dispatcher for whatever, or at least it seems that way. If she's doing this right now to build the call and send the call out, that's trainable with practice and just on the job. But it's not. You don't let the patients know that that's what's happening. Don't. Continue to be the voice of authority, even if you are working your best to get the call put in and built and sent out, right? You are their voice of authority. Just the whole lack of active listening is just maddening.
Oh.
Okay, are you with the patient now?
Yes.
Okay, how old is the patient?
Excuse me?
How old is...
Okay, so this is we're a minute and 20 seconds in. There has been no triage till now. We're almost a minute and a half in. The patient is conscious and breathing. The patient is the expert on what is going on with the patient. If they are conscious, breathing, and seem to have their faculties, talk to the patient. They can tell you, where to, more detail, additional detail, and you can go through that triage, because the person that you're talking to is not the patient. They don't know. And if the patient's unconscious, absolutely you'd want to talk to whoever's there. But if you have access to the patient, that is your golden ticket to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. That is the best thing ever. Take advantage of that.
The patient?
47. So we had a military jet crash. I'm the pilot. We need to get rescue rolling. I'm not sure where the airplane is.
Okay. Minute 30 in. Third request for aid. And we have additional details that there is a plane flying itself.
It would have crash landed somewhere. I ejected.
Okay. I understand, sir.
Okay is not a good thing to say right now, and saying that you understand is also not something you say. Oh my blood pressure. And I don't have high blood pressure. I have a very nice low blood pressure, but boy, this does skyrocket. Okay, let's go forward.
Okay, just to confirm, how many people are hurt?
Well, I'm the only one. I'm not sure about my wingman.
Okay. All right,
That's gonna be the first thing. I'm not a trainer, but if I was their trainer, the first thing I would want to break them of is okay. It is probably like the single most triggery word, right next to I understand, and she used both. Please don't do that.
we already have help on the way. Give me just a moment.
Okay, and that's the lack of voice of authority there. So she's still struggling with getting the call out, and we are a minute 53.
Sir?
Where am I bleeding from? Yeah, water.
Okay. And so in the background, you heard, at least if there was active listening going on, she would have heard that there is bleeding, which would trigger, where are we now? So originally, are we on the fall flow? Are we on, like, fall from heights? Or are we on bleeding triage, you know?
That would be good.
All right. Okay. How far did he fall?
I was at 2,000 feet.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I know I just said okay, but I'm trying to gather myself right now. Okay. So, if somebody's ejected from a plane, knowing how high that you fall from is actually in the flow. However, they have the standard flow. The standard accepted EMS flow. I've had that training. So that would fall in there. So it looks like, it sounds to me like they found the flow for falls, from a height. And that's why, again, how far did you fall? They're going to go into some more questions too.
Okay, and what caused the fall?
See,
An air.
she's just scripting, right? At this point, she has it all. The reason for the script, and again, I know people freak about scripts with 911. The reason for the script is, again, to make sure that you're not missing anything, right? But if your caller gives you the gift of all of everything that you need to build the call, in like the first few seconds of the call, build the call. Get it put together. Let the dispatcher see it. Because they need to find units. It takes time.
Craft failure.
Okay. Okay, is there any serious bleeding?
I don't know.
And that's actually a valid question we should have had 2 minutes ago.
What did the other person say?
I feel okay. My back just hurts.
Okay.
Okay, so what happened here is the opposite of what should be happening. So in the notes in the call, there is a back injury, right? The call has changed now. This would be, you'd still put, fall as, the mechanism. But I would want to go to, back injury type of protocol. I don't know exactly what they do in their center. But when the call changes and they say that this is their symptom, focus on what the active problem is, not time traveling. You can get all of that. But when seconds matter, they matter. And there's going to be another part that I'm just going to completely lose it on, just letting you know ahead of time.
Has there been a report of an airplane crash?
I have not seen any come up yet. Okay, what part of the body was injured?
All right, so we're going to go back with voice of authority. Absolutely no voice of authority. There's no comforting. Whole lot of not happening here. I've got more things, but again, that would be something that they would go over in more detail with a trainer or a supervisor with a call review.
Ma'am, I'm a pilot in a military aircraft, and I ejected, so I just rode a parachute down to the ground.
We're at 3 minutes in, and we have the 5th request at 3 minutes 9 seconds.
Can you please send an ambulance?
Yes, sir, I've already...
Okay. I'm starting to get to that part. So, 1, she goes, never, 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 no, no, no. First time I heard that, I. Okay. So, and then she gets defensive. So I'm going to back this up just a little bit so you can hear that. And he's escalated for obvious reasons.
Ambulance?
Yes, sir. I've already told you they're on their way. I'm just required to ask these questions.
Okay, she completely ruined the call. That call is blown. What you have said, by them having to repeat themselves, or feeling the need to repeat themselves, is no active listening, barely listening at all. I am sorry for the call receiver that took this. I apologize that I'm being really firm on this. I empathize. I don't sympathize. That's where I'm at. But I do empathize. I know how it can be. It's hard. It's a hard job. But you just told him you don't care by what you said. I just have to go through these before they show up. Yeah, you know why? Because you're going to get probably talked to and possibly terminated at this point, right? There's a lot of protocol that's just not there. I mean, they're trying to catch up with it, right? At 3 minutes in. At 3 minutes in, normally, if it's a call receiver dispatcher where they're doing both at the same time, you would have a unit, you would find your unit, and somebody would answer up for it or whatever by 3 minutes. And you'd be able to track them. You'd want to, again, this is an injury, this is an active injury. And if you don't have things like 9/11 or the World Trade, or WTO riots or other weird stuff that can happen, if it's like a normal day, this is an active call. That's going to come in later too. But she's just kind of going through the motions, and it's just, when you were given the gift of, one, you have access to the patient, two, that you could have done, the weird call, no matter what they said, that's what goes in there, address, no matter what they did, no matter how weird or strange it sounds, because strange, weird stuff happens, and get that call out to the dispatcher as quickly as you can, and then fill in the spots, with the additional detail. Deep breath, playing.
While they're en route. Okay, we're sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next. Do not move unless you're in danger.
She's reading directly from the script and making it feel like she's reading directly from the script. You do have to say these things. There is legal reasons why you have to go through and explain these verbatim. There's no deviation. But we are at 3 minutes 25 seconds. We needed that within the first, after you get the call built in the first 30, you're going to want to get all those additional details in the next 30 seconds and get that out. So this call essentially should have been about minute 45, technically, and then possibly staying on while response goes, just in case they tank, because that can happen. But again, I don't know what their SOP is.
Danger and do not splint any injuries.
But I know the script intimately.
Don't have anything to eat or drink. It might make you sick or cause further.
Golly, don't have anything to eat or drink. Remember way back in the beginning of the call? And I'm trembling because I'm so unhappy that this was not caught. The dude was given water. If there's somebody that potentially has an injury and you hear that someone is trying to give them water, it's experience having gone through these, but don't let them have water. I mean, it's just don't. And that was all in the beginning. That was like in the first minute 30 of the call. And we're now at 3 minutes 30 seconds, and now she's saying don't drink water when they already drank water.
Problems, and don't move unless it's absolutely necessary. Just be still and wait for help to arrive. And before the responders arrive, please put away any pets. And if anything changes, or if you get worse in any way, just call us back immediately for further instructions.
Okay.
Wow, that's a hard end. So I have thoughts on that too, but I'm wondering if that's even appropriate to share. But with this, the patient who she was on the phone with and the other gentleman who was helping 100% knew that she just was flying blind on a rocket cycle. It was just, wow. No voice, again, voice of authority is a whole other thing. There is, God, I hate to put Chase Hughes under the bus here, but behavioral science stuff is kind of a nice thing to look into when you do this type of thing for a living. And I believe there was a talk with Chase Hughes about voice of authority at some point. Anyway, definitely some good stuff to look up. You are their guide. You tell them what needs to happen. 5 requests for dispatch while she's in the call. That should have been about 1:45 or longer. We have a active injury patient, so I don't know if they're allowed to stay on the line. Sometimes some places let you, some places don't. But wow, guys, really thank you for being patient with this long video, but my rage went just off the charts, and I don't get angry very often. But this call really just was so frustrating for me. We're going to go over some more in another call later on. Not today, of course, but a different call of another high-profile case. When a call comes in, be aware this could be anybody in any situation, and this proves that. There's other ones that will too. But please take care of yourself. Be well. Don't be naughty. Till next time. Bye-bye.